Hello everyone and welcome back to Gwent, where today I am doing my first deck guide, and it is of course on Promote Nilfgaard, the deck that I've been playing in my past two videos. It is possibly my favourite ever, I'm about to say Nilfgaard deck, but it's actually my favourite ever deck in Gwent because it's my first proper unique creation and it's doing very well. I'm having a lot of success with it and it abuses some very nice mechanics, and your opponent just doesn't have any answers usually, or a clue what's going on, unless they reveal Nilfgaard, in which they see what's going on, and then they give up because they know they can't win. Simple as that. What sort of deck can do this, you might ask? Well, this does, Promote Nilfgaard. What on earth is Promote Nilfgaard? It makes no sense. No, it doesn't, because it's a stupid title and I couldn't think of anything else to call it. But hey, life goes on. Let's get into it. We start off with Empyrean Forces. This is the card which made me want to build a deck like this. Abusing this can be quite cool, and we like abusing things. So, Empyrean Forces, let's look at the top unit in our deck. If it's a bronze card, you gain 2 armor. If it's silver, it boosts itself by 1. And if it's gold, you get to promote it, which means it becomes gold. Gold units are awesome. The more we have, the better off we are, which is why we play Empyrean Forces. Now, you may say, but we're not always guaranteed to have a gold unit on top of our deck. How are we going to be able to promote it all the time? Ah, that's why we run Stefan Skellen. So Stefan Skellen lets us choose a card from our deck and place it on top. So if we choose a gold card, put it on top of our deck, we can then play our Empyrean Forces. They're guaranteed to be gold after promoting themselves, and then they can't be damaged by all our opponent's weather, all our opponent's spells, which are running rampant around at the moment, and therefore we have an easier time. Now they also can't be targeted by, or affected rather, by our own stuff, like Villain Trettenmirth, my favourite card. Not only is its premium art amazing, I mean look at that, it's a flying dragon on fire. Doesn't get much better than that. Well, the dragon's not on fire, the land underneath it's on fire. But there is fire and there is dragon. It is dragon fire. It's Villain Trettenmirth, which means, oh my goodness, there's a planet on fire and he's flying over it. That's what it means. Something like that. Anyway, Villain Trettenmirth. When we play this, usually with 3 cards left in our hands, round 3, almost always, our opponent panics because he can't deal with it. We have a board full of gold units. Our opponent has lots of there's lots of high strength units going about at the moment, and Villain Trettenmirth can easily be worth like 30, 40, even 50 power. It can be that insane, and that's a huge swing round 3. And this is our trump card, which allows us to win, I'd say, about 90% of our games. It is that insane. So with Villain Trettenmirth and Stefan Skellen, we have a very powerful combo in setting things up along with Empyrean Forces. We also run 2 other gold cards in Kahir and Siri Dash. Now we'll go with Siri Dash first. Siri Dash starts off as a 9 strength gold unit, which isn't too exciting, but it then goes back in our deck and strengthens itself by 3. This can happen both rounds, so you can then play a 12 strength gold unit second round, and then a 15 strength gold unit the last round. This is useful because we then get guaranteed gold in our deck for round 3, so Stefan can put it on top, which means that our Empyrean Forces then got a guaranteed gold unit every time on round 3. Unless they're all on our hand to begin with round 3, which is a bit annoying, but that hardly ever happens. But Empyrean Forces that way does have a guaranteed gold target. And combined with Kahir, usually we do have these 3 in our final hand at the end, and then we play Stefan, put Siri Dash on top when it's 12 or 15 strength, and then we're able to Kahir Siri Dash out. It's also another way of trying to find out Villain Trettenmirth. It's just basically a way of searching for Siri Dash, so we have a massive strength gold unit on the board at the end to finish the round, and then we just win with lots of gold power. Kahir is obviously great with our John Calvate ability, allowing us to look at the top 3 cards in our deck, play 1 and place the others back. So we search for Siri Dash, we get to play it, and we're happy because we just played, like, effectively, Kahir can be on the final round 20 strength combined with Siri Dash. Then Trettenmirth just blows things up. It's amazing, trust me, amazing. Now, because we're on Siri Dash, we do want to thin our deck quite a bit. The more we thin our deck, the more we're guaranteed to draw our good stuff at the end, which is very important with this deck because we don't really win very often if we don't draw these 2. But we do draw these 2 very often. The more we can help ourselves do that, the better off we are. which is why I run Imperial Golem and Alba Pikeman. Imperial Golem comes out on the field when we use our hero, so that thins our deck by 3 and gives us 9 strength, along with John Calvert, which is just a massive play. And then we've got Alba Pikeman. Starts off with 5 strength, but it can potentially be a 15 strength bronze card, which thins our deck by 2, which is pretty impressive. So if we can just imagine these not being in our deck, along with... yeah, just don't imagine these being in our deck. Thins the deck by 6, and then we're guaranteed to draw our better cards more often. John Calvert, along with these 13 points plus anything here, you're looking at a massive point swing. Just huge, and it's useful to get him back in the first round. We don't normally win the first round with this deck, just because we've got so many cards we need to keep a hold of for the final rounds. So either we win the first round tied on card advantage, or we lose like down 1 or up 1 card advantage, really, isn't it? But we're not too bothered because I've won rounds being down 4 cards in the last round, just because our cards are so powerful and our opponent's cards were so useless. What else do we have? We have the usual Rot Tossers. 6 strength. Throws out a Cow Carcass, which can take out a lot of stuff. We can target big things and even target rows of little things, and our opponent can hardly do anything. It's usually about 10 strength in the bronze card. Can be upwards of 20 if you manage to get right targets and the opponent can't do anything about it, which is very useful. And then we've got Vic of Medics, useful against Skellige, not very useful against too many other things, but it can disrupt our opponent's play. It's quite good against Nilfgaard because we can get more Rot Tossers, but it's usually just used to disrupt our opponent's plays. Can be useful in conjunction with our own Rot Tosser rather, so our opponent might throw our Cow Carcasses back at us, in which case Medic can just get in the way. Quite useful little play. And then we've got our silvers. Oh, and Dimeritium Shackles. I can't never pronounce that card. Not only got a premium, which looks pretty awesome, but it's a useful card to lock up annoying things. There's quite a few lockable things going around in the meta at the moment, so we want quite a few locks. We're running Orcs as well. In Nilfgaard Mirrors allows us to remove Cow Carcasses, unlock or lock Alba Pikeman, depending on what you wanted to do. Take down resilient units. There's just lots of things you want to lock. So, Nilfgaard as well for Skellige. Dimensionary Shackles, very useful at that. While I run that, we've got Scorch as well, because obviously we've got lots of gold stuff. Another Scorch ability, along with effectively 2 with an Interesting Mirth, can be very powerful. And also, they don't expect Scorch, so Garrett Igni isn't really a card at the moment, but people still play around it. I managed to get 48 strength with Scorch once. Move at my opponent's board. They just don't expect Scorch, so it's a very powerful card, I think, right now. We've got Cantarella. That extra draw power can be effectively an extra Cahir going to the final round. So if we don't have Cahir, we can still Cantarella to draw Ciri Dash at the end. And Villain Tretimouth will then remove a 10 strength, so it's not too much of a problem. Obviously, you'd rather have Cahir, but Cantarella does a decent job. We've also got Van Hamar, just for the clear skies. It's the only weather removal we have in this deck. We don't really care about weather because most of our cards are gold. Most of our cards in our deck are gold, if you count Imperial Forces as well, going into round 3 when Ragnarok is usually played. So we don't really care about weather. It's also very powerful with Biting Frost. Can do a lot of damage. And Tremors here can be a huge swing. So it's basically a 19-point silver. Very useful indeed. We've got Peter. Allows us to reset units to their base strength and then plus or minus 3, depending on what side the board is. Usually use it on our opponent's side when we've got a 20 strength dwarf. We set it down to a reasonable size and we laugh in their face. Or we can use it to reset one of our units, say something like the Guardian's been weakened, we then reset its strength. That's a pretty big swing as well. Speaking of the Guardian, it's a 10 strength silver, which creates 2 lesser guardians on top of our opponent's deck. Disrupts what they draw for the next round, and offers a lot of points on our side as well. It's one of the cards I'm thinking about removing, but I'm not going to because it is that strong. But going to the final round, it can cause a few problems. Just because it is a strong 10 strength card, which can be targeted by Villain Tretimouth. Other than that, it is very, very good. And that is the deck. Promote Nilfgaard. So we're going to go into a game now, and hopefully show you what it's all about. Okay, so actually facing against a Skellige player, which isn't the best matchup for us. We just destroy Nilfgaard decks, we destroy monster decks. How do you even face a Northern Realms deck? And we destroy Skytell decks as well. But Skellige can be tricky, so this will be interesting. So we'll start off by mulligan Imperial Golem. Medics will be very useful in this matchup. We will get rid of a... this will be interesting. What do we want to get rid of? I think we'll get rid of Peter here. Don't think it'll be as useful. We'll get rid of one Rot Tosser. We don't need that many. Okay, he goes first, which is advantageous to us. It's not the best hand we could have hoped for, because obviously we want as many gold cards as possible. But I've had worse. Now this card is very irritating. So we're going to try and get rid of it. And we'll Rot Toss it to begin with. So even if you just play something simple here, I might just Orcs just to stop it, because I want to get as much value from things like John Calviet here. So annoying. I hate this stuff. Okay, we'll just Rot Tosser again. Do you want to play Albert Pikeman's next, I think? The earlier we can get this out, the better. What's he grabbing? He's probably putting Queensguard. I can't speak today. Queensguards in his graveyard, which is very useful for our medics. So I might just summon one just to get it out the graveyard. Or I'm not too bothered this turn if he summons them. If he summons them here, they just die to Rot Tosser. So I think we can just play out the Pikeman here. We'll play it on top row because we don't have many cards which go on there. And hopefully we can get a buff on one of them. See if he can move this. If he can't remove this, rather, I'll be able to John Calviate and just get out all my golems and then play big things. Hopefully get a Siri Dash. Oh, he does, okay. So that gets rid of that one. I guess we'll still have to John Calviate. We haven't got much other things going on. Could Imperial Forces, but I want to save that for one round. This is the problem with the first round. You don't really have too much going on, which is why we rely on John Calviate to have such a big swing for us. Hopefully get Siri Dash. We don't. We get Guardian. I could Rot Tosser. I think Rot Tosser might be better here. Just really disrupts his Queensguards. We know what's on top of our deck now. So if I'm Imperial Forces, it will turn up to 9 strength. Might get 5 strength. Well, before, because of a stupid Savage Bear. It just wrecks me. Look at it. It's already done so much damage. I hate this card so much. It might even be worthy of an early Orcs, but I think there'll be other targets. Oh my god. So he'll destroy this next turn, and he'll also buff something in his graveyard, which will hopefully be that Queensguard, which then we'll be able to revive with my medic, and then we'll laugh in his face. Or will he? Because then he'll lose this. Let's see what he does. I'm intrigued. I mean, usually the players destroy this, buff this up, you see. He's essentially losing so much damage here, or strength rather. Ragnarok, that's interesting. Was not expecting that. Well, I can pass now. I say usually we don't get such great card advantage on our first round. currently 1 card ahead, and he has to play another card to get ahead of us. And I just won't be able to beat him later on, so we'll pass here. Now, because he'll win, he'll get first chance to revive his Queen's Guard, but round 3, I get the best chance to revive him. So it depends how powerful we have to go for round 2. That's good, the fact we had to use one of them. Very good for me. Thankfully his Queen's Guard aren't worth much right now. It's only worth 11. It'll be worth 14 when they get back to his graveyard for next round. We get our pikeman that's out of our deck as well, which is very useful. Okay, so we're 2 cards up, but we do have to win this round. This will definitely help us do that. We need to keep Medic, and we need to get rid of... I think we can get rid of Orcs here. We need to drop something, and Orcs is the least valuable thing in our hand. Get a Shackles, that's even less valuable. Anything else here? Oh, it goes for Bear, that's interesting. Means I can't play my Medic, so I think I'll just shackle it. Okay, so he'll revive his Queen's Guard now. 20 strength for him, so that's pretty good. Could Van Hamar... I think we'll Guardian to start off with. Then we can Van Hamar next turn, depending if he passes or not. Fogs, that's interesting. Could clear the skies, but that's not going to do too much. I clear skies, it's only worth keeping 8, where I could do a lot more by dealing 2 damage to everything here. We could get this down and then Scorch, maybe. Nothing in his graveyard I want to revive right now. Well, I guess I could revive one thing. I'll be disrupting his... I'm not going to get a second chance to bring everything back. I could Stefan, just to put something on top of my deck. I think I might have to do here. We'll put Kihi on top of my deck. Gets that Operator, that's interesting. Okay, let's go with Van Hamar maybe? No, we won't go with Van Hamar yet. Do I just Cantarella? My Cantarella is up to 44, I can then struggle. I think I have to Scorch here. I can't Cantarella. I'll have to Medic something out. It's starting to look a bit desperate. That's fine. This is going to weaken itself anyway. There's another target for my Van Hamar, which we like. So I think I'll play it now. And we will... Do I Tremor or do I Biting Frost? I think we Tremor. And he'll probably pass here. Is he going to pass? He does, good. Okay, so we lose this. Go down to 12. And we can use our Medic here to summon something nice like this, which is worth 7 strength. And we'll just destroy... Just put damage on that. So we take the round, and we're 1 card up. Although one of our cards is Cantarella, which isn't great. But we managed to put Cahir on top of our deck. So if I can get Villain Tretimer from mulliganing Cantarella here, that'd be nice. No, it's not, but okay. We'll just revive out of Queen's Guard then. We want the 6 strength one. Is there any others ones that are stronger? No. We'll reset this guy's strength. That's sort of fine. So I can Cahir and win. That did not show off what this deck can do at all. But we still won. So I think we'll play one more game because that didn't really show off a strategy at all. Way to go. Aren't we clever? Right, so against Ethne here. Ooh, this could be interesting. Let's see what we get. We get an amazing... Oh my god, what a whole... I was going to say amazing hand. But we have to get rid of all 3 golems here. Hopefully the Mulligan gods are kind. I think they're being kind. We just don't want multiple Albert Pikemen in our starting hand or golems. At all. And we've got an okay hand. We've drawn 3 golds, so we should be able to set things up very nicely. Go first, which isn't the worst thing in the world. We'll start off by putting this on the middle row. Just because start round, we're going to get lots of golems that would jump at RV8, so don't want to stack everything on the same row. He destroys it. That's not very nice. Okay, so we'll Civi Dash. Got premium Civi Dash. Our premium Civi Dash and Villain Tretimer methods because they're so cool. That doesn't really bother me. Big things don't scare me. You can make things big as much as you like. So I think we will... yeah, we'll junk out of it. So we get the Guardian or Albert Pikeman. I think we'll Guardian. Let's just go for pure power. We know our draw next game's not going to be too great, but we can mulligan one of them away. Okay, that's what tosser. Weather's a bit irritating, so I think I might have to pass here. Or I could just play out Imperial Forces. We kind of want to save them. We'll pass. He has a very strong hero power, so I won't be able to counter that too well. We got close though. Take 2. Not the end of the world at all. As long as we've got some form of card advantage, we're happy. Okay, so draw R2. Are them Civi Dash might a pit make an appearance? No. Okay. We'll get rid of 1. I hope it's something gold. Cantarella's not too bad. Oh, that's quite interesting. Scorch won't be his friend. But that's a loss of strength. I think Medic's going to be absolutely useless this game. Do we need to set up Siri Dash for next turn? I'll have to see what's on top of our deck. We'll go with Pikeman first. Just so much weather. So irritating. Do I have Van Hamer on my deck somewhere? So maybe we have to Stefan here so we can make these gold. Don't think we're going to get much use out of anything else. And we still have to Cantarella, which isn't great. Possibly. Okay, let's Stefan for Siri Dash. That's fine. Okay, it works that way. I might just medic here. Not going to get any value from this at all this game. And we're still ahead. He's going to value out something strong. 13 strength. That's pretty strong. Now I can Rot Tosser it. Can I? I have to. And he passes. So I can... Can I Cantarella? Is that good? Up to 35, he loses 15 down to... No, that's not good at all, is it? So I think I just have to Empyrean Forces. He loses that, which is good for me for the last round. Means he's down one of his strongest cards. We'll pass. Right, going to the final round, we know one of his cards is Scorch. And we know one of his cards is this, which we gave him. One of our little Guardian creations. Oh, hang on. No, we don't want to redraw. I want to get rid of Cantarella here. Orcs, nah. Start off with Siri Dash, maybe? Or do I Empyrean Force? We'll start with Siri Dash. $12 gold. Can't be bad. Ragnarok. Oh no! That is actually quite bad. So we've got to hope that Cahir's on top of our deck here. I could Orcs. I think Orcsing here is the best way for me to conserve strength. Now I can villain Tret and Mirth. Now if Cahir's on top of our deck of Empyrean Forces, I'm going to be so happy. He just gives up. He just gives up. Such is the power of Villain Tret and Mirth. You just can't beat it. Can't beat it. It's so strong. There you go. That shows off the deck a bit more. I knew it was possible. So there you go. Power of Promote Nilfgaard. A very fun deck to play. Very versatile. And no one expects it. So I hope you enjoyed this video. It's gone on a bit. But yeah. I hope you enjoyed the deck. And I shall see you next time. Goodbye.